Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the True Blue Podcast. I am your host, Zachary Sucardi. You could find me on Instagram at True Blue Podcast. It is April 9th, and I'm good with birthdays. And I want to shout out Pedro Venegas. I haven't talked to him in like 20 years. I used to work with him at the Paragon Federal Credit Union in New Jersey. Great guy. He was always so positive, and he'd hit on every fucking waitress, like ever. Ever. Sometimes we'd go out, and I'm like, please be a male waiter. Please, I don't want some awkward shit. Please. And so, if we had a male waiter and like the runner or like other waitresses would come by he would hit on them all the time. It was cool, but all the time, literally, golly, fuck, man. But great guy. We lost touch. Probably like 2006, maybe, once I moved out here. I don't even remember. But I remember his birthday, April 9th. So big shout out to Pedro. I remember one of the things he said. He told me that he says he thinks every woman is beautiful. Every single one of them. And that always stuck with me. Always stuck with me. And I feel the same way. I literally feel the same way. And I thought that was so beautiful. And again, it's like sort of like one of the gifts he left me with was that sentiment. That every woman is beautiful. Excuse me. So we're going to get into the since we last spoke, catch up a little bit. Self-care tip. We're going to talk about showing up in life, and then music later from Fantagram. So, my sweet dog Lulu had a seizure a couple nights ago, and it fucking sucked. I could kind of tell because the way she was laying with me, she like usually is never that like comfortable. It was like almost like a kid would lay with a stuffed animal. Like I had her, I'm like, this is sort of weird. And then she started convulsing, and it fucking sucked. It lasted like 7 minutes. But, I just kept her on my bed. She was foaming, pooping, peeing. And you just feel so fucking helpless, It fucking sucked. And it sucks. Even just like, I kind of have like, not PTSD, but I have like, just like the image of her shaking and being helpless. And she's so fucking sweet. My dog is so fucking sweet. Like literally. Like the sweetest in all the land. Lou de Beautiful. That's what I call her. I exaggerate the word beautiful. She's deaf, so I sometimes will call her Bawful, and I'll yell it. I'll go, Bawful. I'm not going to yell it now because she's sleeping, and she'll wake up, and my bed's kind of high. I let her sleep on my bed, and it's kind of high, and she fucking loves to walk off the damn bed. So I don't want that to be the case. But yeah, so anyone out there who prays, please pray for my dog Lulu. She is but the sweetest in all the land. Lou de Beautiful. So my poetry thing, the press is called Red or Green, and we had like a poetry reading with me and all the other poets. And it was fucking awesome. It was on Zoom. It was fucking awesome. I really, sincerely enjoyed all the readings. And some I really loved. Like I thought there's some talent in this launch with the other poets. And I went last because they went alphabetical first name, so Z, Zach, But there was a part of me, I know this sounds a bit obnoxious, but I was like, man, I sounded great. Number one, I looked amazing. Like my jawline was like as masculine as you could imagine, chiseled as you could imagine on the Zoom box. Zoom box does me good. I'll just tell you that Zoom box does your boy good. But yeah, I loved my poems. Like I read it in such a way with a cadence, inflection. I paused. Like I felt every word. Sometimes when I read my shit, it can kind of like choke me up a little bit because it's super personal. But that's the beauty behind it, is I'm sort of giving it away. And tomorrow I'm going to be reading poetry at an open mic, so Pretty excited about that. And let's see what else. So got some shows later this month. I mentioned Krungbin. Krungbin just put out a new album, so that was cool. Gonna see them. Oh man, fuck. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm not sleeping too great. I let my dog sleep in the bed with me because she's an old gal, and I kind of want to have my cake and eat it too. Like I want to get good sleep, but I also want my dog to sleep in the bed with me. But she wakes up a lot, so I'm up every fucking night after like 2 or 3 hours to go let her pee, and then sometimes it's hard to get back to sleep. I don't know how I'm like still going. Like I don't think I look like a piece of shit. So like I look okay because sometimes when you don't sleep you look like shit. Well, no, I look good. I'm still at the gym. I'm swimming. I'm eating right. I'm drinking water. I'm moving. I'm showing up. I'm at work. I'm doing all my things. But it's weird. It's like a weird zombie vibe. But I don't know. I'm still doing it. So, but yeah. So Krungbin, gonna see them. Gonna go see Mets, Gouge Away, Flaming Lips. Gonna see who the fuck else was there? I forget. My shit memory. I talked about this last time, but yeah, just loving music. Just loving it. I mean, I can't get enough. It's definitely like my calling in life. Definitely my calling. If I had to give up I'll just say it's the last sense I'd give up would be hearing. So I'm going to incorporate this in every episode where I do a gratitude list of 3 things. And I even thought about this the past couple of days. The first thing I'm grateful for is my gym bag. Shout out to my gym bag. So I like being prepared. So I have just about everything you could need in a gym bag. Of course, change of clothes. I have my glutamine. I have a prayer card for Saint Sebastian, the patron saint of athletes. I read it every time before I work out. I have like those bands and shit. I have stretch bands. I have gum. I have like a backup pair of goggles and regular goggles, and I have my earplugs. I have like all these compartments, and I swim a lot, right? And I sweat a lot, so and all these fucking hippies out here, at the gym, they don't have plastic bags anymore. So a little bit of a hack here is just go to the grocery store where you get your veggies and your fruit, and just get a ton of those. You should see me. I take a ton. So much so that I'm like, people probably looking at me like, what the fuck? What is this guy opening his own fruit stand? And I just put it all in my thing, and I get like 3 or 4, and I get my bananas, I get my fucking apples and shit. So, but yeah, a little hack there. So what I do is when I swim, I have the plastic bags and put my bathing suit in there. Otherwise, I got to wrap in my towel. Fuck that, man. And then if I'm really sweating hard and going to the sauna and all that with my clothes on, I got to take that and put it in the bag. So a little bit of a hack there. But yeah, I'm grateful for my gym bag. I've had it since 2011. It's still holding strong, and it's a big fucker too. So I always have to have like the big lockers and stuff. But yeah, gym bag. Shout out to my gym bag. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for let's see, y'all. I'm grateful for my love for music and CDs and tapes and records. I can't get enough. Just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. And I'm grateful for it. I love holding the tangible item. I'm a books guy. I'm a CD. I'm a tangible person. I am a tangible person. You can touch me. I can touch you. It feels good. You smell the book, right? You hold the album, the cassette, the CD. It's just beautiful. The last thing that I am grateful for is basketball. I love going to shoot hoops. It's therapeutic. You don't need anybody. You can just go basketball and shoot hoops. Baseball, you need somebody. Football, you need somebody. Hockey, you kind of need somebody, but you can just put up a net and all that. But still, I love shooting hoops. I love it. And I got a good shot. I'm left-handed. I'm actually ambidextrous, but because I was raised a righty, but I should have been a lefty, and then I became like more dominant in my left hand as I was like growing up. But my mom didn't. She raised me as a righty, so whatever. So yeah, I got a good shot. So those are the 3 things: my gym bag, my physical, tangible music and books, and shooting hoops. So that's it since we last spoke. Let's get into the self-care tip. All right, so I want to talk about showing up to life. Literally, showing up is half the fucking battle. I've said this before, but like when I go to the gym, they literally should have a band playing every time I like badge in. Not just for me too, for everybody. Getting to the gym is the toughest thing. The toughest. Challenge me on that. I dare you. But it's the toughest thing. When I'm there, everything is easy. Everything is easy. Getting there, that's the challenge. Literally, it is the challenge. And I start thinking about, I'm like, man, showing up to life. You know, people need to be like, it needs to be highlighted because it's tough sometimes. You know, you're depressed, you're tired, you're not sleeping well. Maybe you're anxious. Maybe you're just not feeling good. But you're showing up, making an effort. He doesn't have to be 100% every day. Some days it's 95, some days it's 70, some days it's 15%, some days it's 2%. But you know what it's not? 0%. It's not 0%. Showing up to life is underrated. Being there for yourself, for others, I mean, it really goes a long way. You know, I mean, it helps with fostering relationships, being there for others, personal development. You know, obviously, there's a professional level to this with, you know, being at work and classes and all this sort of thing. It shows resilience because you could stay in bed. You physically could stay in bed or just sit at home, watch TV, watch YouTube, whatever. But you're not, you're showing up. And you know what? Sometimes it's inspiring. You see people who show up. And again, they give 15%, but it beats 0%. And it makes a difference. And you really get like the essence of this life. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do, it's just that you show up. You give effort. And I hear this all the time about the gym. You're always going to leave better than when you came in. Even if it's a percent, you're always going to leave better than when you came in. And I just love that. It's like living with intention, you know, and purpose. And you don't have to be perfect. Looky there. You don't have to be perfect. You can mess up, but just show up. So that's my self-care tip, is showing up for yourself, for others, for God, for your life. Amen. All right, let's get on to the True Blue playlist. All right, so this song is called Turn It Off by Fantagram. Shout out to my friend Mariah. She turned me on to Fantagram years ago. The album is Eyelid, what is it called? Eyelid Movies. Came out in 2010. This album is amazing. I got to listen to it again. I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10, but it's sure close. It's amazing. Like fucking amazing. Fantagram, musically, they kind of have this like hypnotic beats. They have like this ethereal kind of like synth sound to them. The vocals can be very clean, very haunting at times, very intentional, and very emotional. You can hear the emotion. It's a male-female vocal. And let me tell you, the way the music complements the vocals for both the male and the female in this group, it's beautiful. And I've played it. I played this album for many a folk, and they all loved it. I had a friend come over paint one time. I played it. She loved it. Played it at work. They love it. It's fucking amazing. And this isn't even the song that really struck me at first, but I've been listening to it a lot today. Turn It Off. And it's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's kind of goes into themes of like conflict, desire, emotion, experience. It's cool. It's got that shoegaze, trip hop sound. Trip hop kind of like Portishead. But yeah, it's a great song. very like emotionally based lyrics, some metaphor in there. And I've just been like singing it like all day today, like literally all day, and it's like caught in my head. There's a line where the male vocalist, he goes, "I could have been easier on you." I just love that. I could have been easier on you. So that's it. Turn it off. Fantagram. It's going to be on the True Blue playlist, which you can find on Spotify. You can also go to my Instaham, and there's like a link tree. You click on that Folker, and then you can click on the True Blue playlist. Thanks for rolling with me, everybody. Take care of each other out there. God bless, and have a great week. Peace.